You look in the mirror and notice something new. A gray hair, a fine line, a moment that wasn't there before. It feels inevitable, almost like a rule written into life itself. But why does the human body actually age at all? Why can't it just keep repairing itself forever? For most of human history, nobody asked this question in a scientific way. Life was short, survival was uncertain, and growing old was simply something that happened if you were lucky enough to reach it. People noticed the signs: weaker muscles, slower healing, fading eyesight, but nobody understood why it happened at the level of the body itself. Ancient thinkers had their own explanations. The Greek philosopher Aristotle believed aging was caused by the gradual loss of something like inner heat, a vital force slowly cooling over a lifetime. For centuries afterward, healers and alchemists searched for ways to restore this lost vitality. Some sought a mythical elixir of life, a substance believed to reverse aging entirely. None of them succeeded, because the real answer wasn't hiding in a potion, it was hiding inside the cell. To understand aging, we have to look at what's actually happening deep inside the human body. Every day, trillions of cells in your body divide to replace old ones or damaged ones. Skin cells, blood cells, and many others are constantly being renewed through this process. But cell division isn't perfectly clean. It comes with a hidden cost. Each time a cell divides, the DNA inside it must be copied precisely. At the very tips of your chromosomes are structures called telomeres, protective caps that keep genetic information safe during copying. Every time a cell divides, these telomeres get slightly shorter. Eventually, after enough divisions, the telomeres become too short to protect the DNA properly. At that point, the cell stops dividing altogether, entering a state scientists call senescence. This discovery is often called the Hayflick limit, named after biologist Leonard Hayflick, who identified it in the 1960s. Before his research, many scientists believed cells could divide forever under the right conditions. Hayflick showed that human cells have a built-in limit, a kind of internal countdown. But telomere shortening is only part of the story. Cells are also constantly bombarded by unstable molecules called free radicals. These molecules are natural byproducts of everyday processes, like turning food into energy. Free radicals can damage proteins, cell membranes, and even DNA itself over time. The body has repair systems to fix much of this damage, but they aren't perfect. Small errors slowly accumulate year after year, decade after decade. Over a long enough timeline, this damage builds up faster than the body can repair it. This is one of the core physical reasons why tissues gradually lose efficiency as we age. But there's a deeper question hiding underneath all of this. If evolution favors survival, why didn't it simply design bodies that don't break down at all? The answer lies in a surprising evolutionary trade-off. Evolution doesn't necessarily favor long life, it favors successful reproduction. Once an organism has reproduced and helped its offspring survive, there's little evolutionary pressure to keep the body running smoothly forever. This idea is sometimes called the disposable soma theory, The body, or soma, is treated almost like a temporary vehicle for passing on genes, not something that needs to last indefinitely. Energy that could go toward long-term cellular repair is instead prioritized for growth and reproduction earlier in life. There's another related idea called antagonistic pleiotropy. Some genes that boost health and fertility in youth may have harmful effects much later in life. Because natural selection acts most strongly on traits that affect reproduction, these harmful late-life effects are rarely filtered out. In other words, evolution isn't designing you to live forever. It's optimizing you to survive just long enough to reproduce and raise the next generation. This explains why aging appears in so many different species, but not always in the same way. Not every animal ages at the same pace or even in a noticeable way at all. Some species show what scientists call negligible senescence, almost no measurable aging over time. The Greenland shark is one striking example. Some individuals are estimated to live for several hundred years, growing and reproducing incredibly slowly. Bowhead whales are believed to live well over 200 years, with remarkably efficient cellular repair systems. Certain species of tortoises also show extremely slow aging, sometimes showing little decline in health even after a century of life. Researchers studying these animals hope to understand what allows their cells to resist the kind of damage that builds up so quickly in humans. Meanwhile, other species age incredibly fast by comparison. Some small mammals live only a few years, their bodies built for rapid reproduction rather than long-term durability. This wide variation across species shows that aging isn't a fixed, unavoidable law of biology. It's the result of countless different evolutionary strategies, each shaped by environment, predators, and reproductive pressures. In environments with few predators and abundant resources, slower aging can be favored. In dangerous, high-mortality environments, evolution often favors fast reproduction over long-term bodily maintenance. Humans fall somewhere in the middle of this vast biological spectrum. Modern science has only recently begun mapping the full picture of why we age. Researchers today study epigenetic changes, shifts in how genes are turned on or off over time, as another major driver of aging. Some scientists believe these epigenetic shifts may even be reversible under the right conditions. Experiments in animals have shown partial reversal of age-related cellular changes, though human applications remain early and uncertain. Aging research today spans genetics, cellular biology, and evolutionary theory all at once. What once seemed like a simple, unavoidable fact of life is now understood as a complex, overlapping set of biological processes. Shortening telomeres, accumulating damage, and evolutionary trade-offs all work together to shape how and why we age. It isn't a single switch flipping off. It's thousands of small biological events unfolding slowly across an entire lifetime. So the next time you notice a new gray hair or a moment of stiffness in the morning, remember, you're witnessing millions of years of evolutionary trade-offs playing out in real time. Aging isn't a flaw in the system. It's the quiet cost of a body built for reproduction, not permanence, shaped by forces far older than human curiosity itself.